Testing. Yes. Oh, okay. Ryotaro, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Michael, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Ryotaro, are you preparing the smartphones there?
Should I turn it on now?
Let's give it a try. Let's give it first time. Let's go.
But where do I face? On the
Okay. Wait. Okay. So we'll answer all those questions. Wait. Let me turn off my virtual. Or rather, Mike, do you have it set up? Okay, Mike is also on. So Mike, could you kindly give an example of your Zoom from your smartphone? Right, the video. So Ryotaro, I guess you had it unfolded lah, on the right position, right? Okay.
yeah.
All right. So let's focus on Mike's video for a while. So Mike, you might want to make it landscape first thing first. I think that's the better way. Have your handphone in landscape. You may have to turn it first or something like that, so that the handphone enters the landscape mode. The Zoom can actually enter landscape. Okay, wait. I think I have to.
The stand keeps going down.
Okay, I should show it to you. So I think you do not fold one hinge. So there's one hinge that you're supposed to fold. Let me just show you. Wait. Okay, focus on my screen for a while. You're at this stage, right? You already locked this, right?
Yeah.
You should have revealed this additional hinge here, right? All right, and then you have done this already, right? You should have done this. Yeah. So this must be your problem, right? Something like that. Something like that.
The one like in between the yeah.
Yeah, that's not your problem. So here you can freely turn. When you turn it, you have no problem. No more. Right? You should be done doing this way.
Huh?
Right. So again, this part has a hinge also. So if you turn it like that, you no longer have the falling problem, which is why the stand is good.
Oh.
Okay. Then you can put your phone here, right? With this teeth, right? Then you can just put it there. Your screen, Ryotaro and Mike, should be facing upward so that you'll be using your back camera. It's very important because you will be zooming. You will be needing to zoom. You will need to zoom. Right? So tell me when you've done that. Okay, and make sure that your phone enters the landscape mode. If not, then it's very difficult. Right? Make sure that your phone enters the landscape. All right. Now, once your phone enters the landscape mode, you just adjust the height accordingly. Ryotaro, are you having a problem so far?
No, I'm connecting with my computer also.
Right. Okay. So Noah, yes, can you hear us louder?
Yeah.
Okay. We're using the stand for the first time, so let's set it up. Okay. Everybody might have problem. Let's settle the technicalities first. So have it set up and have the zoom from the smartphone on. Okay. We need to see the video. Right. Your back camera should be the one you're using. You should be facing your back camera downward because we will need to zoom on your video. We need the best camera that you have. So I'm just waiting for your video to show. All right, Ryotaro. Okay.
How do I change it? How do I change it to the back camera?
The zoom. There is a button. There's a button to do that. You have to press that, right?
I already pressed it.
So then again, Ryotaro, you want your zoom to enter the landscape mode first. I think it has not entered the landscape mode. I think. Yeah, which is basically you just have to make your phone landscape for a while so that it will landscape itself. Same thing with you, Mike. How come you are not in a landscape mode? How come your zoom is not in the landscape mode? Yeah, I mean, that's second best lah. The way Mike and Ryotaro is doing it right now is second best. It is better. See. For example, Noah is on a landscape mode. Noah is definitely on a landscape. See, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. You see Noah's screen. Eh? All right, Noah. Now I want your laptop to move back. I want your laptop to not take a lot of space, right? Move it back as much as you can. And the way your hand is positioned should be your paper's position. So you position, I don't know, a textbook or a paper there, right? And then the last thing I want you to do is to zoom on your paper. So I don't need to see your laptop. So give me the best view of your paper, right? And make sure that the stand is not annoying you in any way. So is the stand like blocking your hand, or is it blocking your head? Something like that. Is it annoying you?
No.
Okay, if it's not annoying you, good. So I want you to open the book, like, or maybe it's better to use a paper with your handwriting on it, because we want to be able to see your handwriting. Okay, the textbook is, won't have handwriting. So I think Mike has entered landscape mode, which I really like, right? For example, now, can you see Noah? Let everybody see Noah's video. Noah's video is positioned very nicely. And Noah said that the stand is not annoying him at all. Okay, that's good. Now, what Noah needs to do for the last step is to zoom in, which is basically you just go to the zoom screen and pinch out. Now, let's see whether you can do that or not. Right, Noah, I want you to be able to zoom into the paper so I can see your writing. Right now, I cannot. See, Mike has successfully zoomed in just now. So yeah, so Mike, we won't be seeing your full paper because the length will be cut. But you position your paper with your paper's width, right? Because right now I can barely see your handwriting. It needs to be zoomed in further. Same thing with you, Noah. Your handphone really needs to be zoomed in so I can see your writing better.
How to zoom with the camera?
You're in Zoom, right? You're in the program Zoom, right? So you just app Zoom, so you just have to pinch out. Use your 2 fingers to pinch out. Okay. See, something like that. So pinch out a bit more, just a bit more. I can now almost see your writing, right? See, now I can see your writing. Now I can see your writing. So I cannot see your full paper now, like Mike. Mike, I can see your writing very clearly. So I cannot see the full length of your paper, but I can see the full width. That's how we position our stand. So you just have to move up and down. You should not need to move left and right. Okay. So right now, Noah's position and Mike's position is very good because I can see clearly. Let's see whether it works in practice or not. Yeah. Right. So waiting for you, Rio. See, you shift a bit, Mike. I can still follow your working. I can still follow it nicely. Right? I can still follow it nicely. Now, Noah, I want you, if possible, to not use your laptop at all. So just rely on your Zoom in your phone, and you use a headset. Use a headset. Let's try that. Let's not use your laptop at all. Same thing with you, Mike. Let's not use your laptop at all. Let's just rely on your phone and your headset. Same thing with you, Rio. But right now, Ryotaro, perhaps your position is not as ideal as Mike and Noah here.
Sorry?
If you see Mike's and Noah's position, their position currently is very ideal. Yours probably have a orientation problem. That's one. You want to make your phone enter the landscape mode, which is basically just holding it in a landscape position. You will enter the landscape position. You are still in the portrait position, I believe.
Oh, by this landscape tool.
Which is a bit confusing. How come you are? Yeah, you are not ideal. You're not ideal. Definitely not. Say Noah is already relying only on the phone. Michael, I want you to also rely only on your phone. Can you just log out of your laptop if it is possible? Right? Yeah. So Ryotaro, yeah, definitely. If you look at Mike and Noah, you see that Mike and Noah is, I think, in a very nice landscape mode. Yours are still in a portrait. Definitely still in a portrait. Again, I believe you might have locked your orientation. You see, maybe that's one reason. Maybe. Check your
Lock.
phone. Okay, whether it's lock, the orientation is not, the rotation lock, maybe that's the problem. Check your laptop, handphone first. Right? So Mike, you're listening. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
not
It was not. Okay. Yeah, it's not working very well. Yeah, you see, it's not working very well. I can still see it. Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah, Mike, I can hear you. It's a bit slow from your handphone. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me from your handphone, Noah and Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Actually, yeah, your voice should sound better from handphone than from laptop. Laptop mic sucks. Handphone mic, very, very good. Can you hear me loud and clear without headset? Just wondering, Noah and Mike. Can you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, give it a try. Give it a try. Can you be free from the headset? That's even better, if it is possible.
I'm not using headset.
Okay, a bit choppy, but I can still hear you, right? Can you hear me loud and clear, Noah, from your handphone only?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that, okay? This is the best setup you can do, Noah, for yourself. It's very free. Okay, is it feeling free right now, Yes, Mike, what is it?
I'm not using headset, but then the quality is worse.
The quality of my voice is worse, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, then try using headset first. See whether it corrects the problem. For you, Ryotaro, I need to see your writing. So this is a blank sheet of paper. As you can tell, Noah and Mike both have their writing on the screen. I need to be able to see your writing. Currently, you have a blank sheet of paper. I cannot see your writing. Okay, write normally, please. Write normally, yeah. Write normally. So we know it's too small or too big. Yeah, so definitely big enough. The problem is the orientation. Now, just to be clear, Ryotaro, you have done everything you can to fix the orientation problem.
Yeah.
Okay, let's work like this first. Let's work like this first. So guys, you don't need to, of course, you cannot see your smartphone anyway, so you don't need to pay attention to that. You just have to pay attention to my voice for now, okay? If you need to use the laptop, you'll be using it for Jamboard. It's not for Zoom. It's really for the Jamboard, right? But right now, you don't even need to do that, right? Last thing, Ryotaro, can you hear my voice loud and clear without the headset? Can you hear me loud and clear without the headset, or do you need the headset?
Oh, it's not that good.
Okay, so you would prefer to use your headset, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then feel free to do so. Now, Mike, Noah, and Ryotaro, muting, unmuting is very difficult with the handphone. So keep it unmuted. This is the last test. Keep it unmuted. So you will never mute. Let's see whether we disturb each other or not. Okay. Okay. Never mute in this mode. Never mute. Right. Never mute. Okay. Yeah. See, Ryotaro, technically, because you're very far, too far already. I cannot see your. Yeah, you need to zoom in lah. You need to zoom in a bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a bit like that. Okay. Okay. So now let's ask a question. Let's ask a question. We pay attention to one person's screen, right? Okay. So for example, Mike. Okay, we're gonna test this out. Mike, do you have a question? Is this what you want to ask?
The question 3.
Question 3. All right. So everybody, I will be spotlighting. No, you cannot see what I'm talking about. you cannot see the screen now. Sorry. I'm getting it. I have to get used to it. Okay, I know. Right. So everybody, I will, Mike, your network bandwidth is low. That means your handphone is slow. Why is that so?
I don't know.
Why is your phone very slow? Why is your phone very slow? Yeah, your phone is so slow, I can no longer see the video. Yeah, I can. Yeah, your bandwidth is low. That never happened. This should not be the case. We'll see what happened. Okay, so we're still ironing out the problem, right? So right now I'm going to switch to Noah's question first, right? Mike, I cannot see your video clearly at all because the network problem. And now I can see again. Okay, now the problem is kind of gone. Still cannot see. Okay, much better. So question 3, right, Mike? Okay. So everybody in your laptop, you will be seeing a Jamboard. Okay, I will share with you the Jamboard. Yeah, I will share with you the Jamboard. Okay, wait, I haven't shared the Jamboard. You, Noah, and I have shared everybody the Jamboard. Title is Together. Okay, now please tell me when you can see Mike's question in the Jamboard. Right, in the Jamboard. Okay, tell me when you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good, Noah. Right. So I'm gonna make a better version. Yeah, Noah, it'll be gone for a while. All right. Good. Now, so Mike, this is the quality from my screenshot from your video. Everybody pay attention. I'm screenshotting from Mike's video. I no longer have to ask you to take a picture. This should be, I mean, this should make our tuition better. But just now, Mike's network bandwidth is very low. I have to wait for a while until it becomes good again, right? So Mike and Ryotaro, can you see the questions picture?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, yeah. So nobody is muted. I can copy properly. And Mike, could you please write something? Just write something using a pencil on that question 3. Just write something, just as an example. I can see Mike's writing immediately, right? Immediately, which is slightly different from Jamboard. And guys, look at me replacing it. So I've replaced the picture with Mike's writing. Can you see what's Mike's writing, Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Is it a question mark?
It is just a question mark. Yes, correct. It's just a question mark. So I'm going to do the same just for testing with Noah's working. So Noah, what you want me to see, you must make sure that it's in the video, right? So I put it here, right? Right. Tell me if anybody can see. Oh, Ryotaro, I want you to let go of your laptop Zoom. Just use the smartphone Zoom, right? Just use the
Okay.
right. Okay, I'm going to stop my video to conserve bandwidth. Rio, I'm losing your smartphone. Oh, okay, Rio cannot hear me now. That's oh no, Rio is here. No, Rio is there. All right, yeah. I think so. Everybody, or rather Mike and Noah, can you see what kind of writing exists in Ryotaro's page? Can you see anything?
No.
Correct. Because there is nothing. Because there is nothing. So Mike and Noah, can you see Noah's writing clearly enough? Mike and Rio, can you see Noah's writing clear enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have no problem seeing it. So we can say this, Noah. Noah, that means your internet connection is good enough. Make sense? Right? The video appears good. And then I can follow your writing better. Right? Okay. So this is our first technical test. Let's go to page 2 and we'll pretend by discussing Mike's question. Right? We'll pretend by discussing. Yeah. So Mike's question is a genuine question. Mike do not know how to do this. My hint is not sufficient. Am I correct, Mike? The WhatsApp hint is not sufficient.
Like, yeah. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to apply.
All right. Right. So let me just confirm first. Ryotaro, will this confuse you? This is very similar to what you asked me last time.
Oh, is it comparing coefficient?
So you mentioned two things, you see. You mentioned two things. Comparing coefficient, which I mentioned to Mike also, and you also mentioned subbing in. There are two different techniques. They are similar. So subbing in, and you also have comparing coefficient. Before we continue, Noah, is this going to confuse you, or can you do this immediately?
Can.
So
Can.
I just asked what's the three symbols mean.
What do you mean by three symbols? Sorry, which
Like
three
the
symbols?
like the
ABC.
equal but with another line.
Oh, right. Okay, this thing, right? This thing, right? So this thing shouldn't confuse you. It means that they are equivalent. Let me explain that. Let me explain.
Then I don't think I have any problem.
Oh, okay. Then you can do something with it, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, let's just pretend for 1 minute. Then you can do Noah. Then you can do your stuff. Mike, you can do your stuff with this question lah. Let's just pretend for 1 minute that you want to listen to me how to do this. Okay, I'll give you it right for 1 minute. Okay, right. So you can do this and you will encounter a problem. When I say subbing in, you know what's going on, right? It's the partial fraction thingy, right? It's a partial fraction. That's the common technique in partial fraction, right? However, you may encounter a simple problem. Now, can subbing in method solve this problem or not? Do you know what's the problem? Do you know what's the potential problem? Or rather, let me start like this. So, Mike, if you're going to use the sub-in method, not the comparing method, what x would you first sub in?
2.
2, and you will find what?
C.
Now, what is the potential problem? Do you see the potential problem after finding C? Michael?
Yeah.
And okay, what is it, Mike? What is it?
If like there's no other x to like sub in, I guess.
All right. So Mike's phrase is there's no other x to sub in. Do you agree or disagree? This is big brain. This is why we choose 3.5 star or 4 star. This is why we think. Do you agree or not, Noah and Ryotaro? There is no more x to sub in. Yes, Mike. Yes,
like
Mike.
in the current state, because like if you expand the x minus 2 squared, then like maybe you can sub it to x.
Okay, so you're saying that no more x. So to sub, maybe expand, right? Maybe expand.
Yeah.
So again, big brain, yeah, people. We're not trying to do this. We're trying to think through this. Big brain. Noah and Ryotaro, do you agree with Mike's statement or not?
Expand means
expand this guy lah. Expand this guy. Expand this guy. I think that's what Mike means, right? Correct, Mike? Expand this guy, right? Okay, right. That's what Mike is suggesting. I can no longer sub any x, so I might want to expand this first and see what happens. That's Mike's suggestion. What do you think, Ryotaro?
Yeah, there's no more x. Well, I will just do the whole thing.
What do you mean by you will just do the whole thing, Ryotaro?
Like I get rid of the bracket, then I just make it like one long equation.
Which is to say expand first, right? Same thing, expand first, right? Okay, so currently Ryotaro and Mike agree on this. What do you think, Noah?
I think the last time I did questions like this, I sub in like 2 other values of x, then do simultaneous.
All right. So Noah's suggestion, is it a bit different? So give us a suggestion what x you would sub in, Noah, because to them there is no more x. What is your suggestion?
Sometimes like 0 or 3 or something.
0. Okay, I'll just put 0 and 3, right? Okay, I'll put 0 and 3, and then you do simultaneous. For the sake of A and B, I'm guessing. Okay. For the sake of A and B, right? Okay, Ryotaro and Michael, and then Noah. You think carefully. Big brain time. This is why we use big star slot to have tuition. Do you agree or not with Noah?
With Noah.
Yeah. Noah's. I'm sorry. I haven't texted. So Noah's recommendation is different from yours and mine. Do you agree or not?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Ryotaro does not agree. Mike?
He said simultaneous, right?
Yeah, but first, Noah says sub x equals to 0 first. Let's start from there. Do you agree or not, Ryo and Mike? Would that be harmful? Do you think?
Sub x equals to 0.
Yeah, sub x equals to 0. After subbing x equals to 2 and finding c, of course. Do you agree?
Is there gonna be a problem with the equivalent symbol?
Definitely not. Definitely not. And I want to explain later why. But I will say right now.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
All right, Ryotaro, what do you think?
No, it's nothing wrong.
Nothing. All right.
Equals
Then
0.
Ryotaro, Mike, and Noah, I will suggest that you try Noah's approach. The X is up to you. The X is up to you. Right. I will follow you using the video instead. Right. Please do.
Do on Zoom.
Do on Zoom, please. So you basically take another piece of paper, right? Take another piece of paper. Don't use the drawing pad. Today, no drawing pad at all. We'll try that. Right? Just do a piece of paper. Just copy the question from Jamboard. Yada yada yada. I do expect you to confirm, yeah? I do expect you to confirm later. No, I have forgotten that you're a left-hander. I've forgotten totally. Right. Okay, Noah, here's a test. Because your hand is blocking the camera, there's nothing wrong with it. But I will say, Noah, your hand, please. If I say that, then you move your hand a bit up. Then I can take a picture. Understand? Understand? Okay, that's just, no, it's not. No, thank you. Okay, Mike, your hand, please. Then you remove your hand a bit. Then I can take a picture. Okay, thank you. No, that's all I'm trying to say. Okay, just a test. Ryotaro, your hand, please. Thank you. So that means I'm trying to take a picture. Okay, thank you very much. No, that's it. That's it. Just a test. Just a test. Yeah, definitely, Mike, your connection is a bit bad, which I wouldn't expect from your house. It's very weird. Definitely. It's very weird. Other people's connections are definitely very good. Yeah.
The router is in the living room.
And your how many walls between your router and your room? How many walls?
One master bedroom full of walls.
So you have one full room between you and the router. So you have 2 walls at least.
Yeah.
No wonder. Okay, we'll see whether we can live with that. Right. Please continue. Please continue. Right now, I'm not sure whether you are stopping or you are thinking.
No.
So that's the problem. So sometimes I'm not sure whether is it you stopping or is it you. Is the video, okay. But right now it's getting better.
No, because I was just answering the question.
Right. Go ahead. I'm just saying that there is some minor problem if the connection is low, because I cannot be sure. Or are you thinking? Or are you writing? But right now I can see you writing very well. Right. So I like it. I like everybody's mood here. I like it because they're doing very well. Noah, shift up a bit. Just up a bit so I can follow. Okay. Now I can see it. Ryotaro doing fine. Ryotaro, let's just say that why do you start with x equals to 3? Do you understand my hint? I think that's not a good start. It's not a good start at all.
What? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Why do you start with x equals to 0 and then x equals to 3? It is not a good start. It is a very troublesome start. I disagree with this.
Yeah. Oh, I thought because you
look at the Jamboard. Look at the Jamboard. Before Rio, Mike, and Noah, there is the first one. There's this thing. There's this thing.
Okay.
The start is very important. I want you to see whether it makes sense. Don't scratch anything. Just restart and see whether it matters. Does it matter if you start with x equals to 2? Okay, good. Noah, so you found your ABC. I hope you can confirm. How do you confirm?
Sub into the random X and sub in the question. ABC.
Okay, please do that. Please do that. I want to see your calculator also when you're doing it. Mike, your hand, please. Mike, did you also not start with x equals to? No, you did start with x equals to. Okay, I have a problem with you at x equals to 0 and x equals to 3. I think you're really. Oh my goodness. No. Cancel. I thought you didn't sub in the C. I'm so sorry. You should have just sub in the C immediately. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. I just feel that you're working.
I'm right.
You're right. I just feel that
I'm
your
on the right
working is a bit totally on the right track. It just feels that it's a bit too long. It just feels a bit too long. But you can work it out later. That's not a big problem. Okay, so Ryotaro, does it matter? Your start?
Like this, then
Yeah.
I change to
Then you're talking about reusing what you have done. Am I correct?
yeah.
Big brain. Good. Move up, please. Move up.
Move up.
Yeah, move up. As in, I don't need to see the same Gabriel Secondary School. If you move up, just like way up. I mean, as natural as you can. Okay, no, it's fine. So Noah, I cannot see your calculator while confirming. I would like to see your calculator while confirming. Right. So, okay. So the way you confirm, Noah, I think it's good, right? It's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want improvement. I want you to really do big bracket left hand side divided by big bracket right hand side. Do you understand? That's the first thing I want you to do. Next time. Understand what I'm saying? Right. No. Okay. So this one is your left hand side, right? You're showing me your left hand side, right?
Yeah.
I want you to bracket everything. Bracket everything first. You can go. You can bracket everything. All right. Okay. Now, change your pi into x. That's the second thing I want you to do. This is good habit. We are getting sec 4. So I don't want you to use pi. I want you to use x. How do you press X? Yeah. Okay, good. And then you go up again. Go up. Press the F. You can go back to this one. Okay. Then you can just use this and replace everything. Okay. Up. Okay. Get used to typing X. Yeah. Okay. Then bracket everything. Oh, yeah. Getting used to it again. Divide. Open bracket. Retype for our purpose. Retype all the right hand side with X. This is just a practice, right? I want you to do that. Yeah. If possible, yeah. Retype. Okay. So Mike, you lower down your calculator a bit if possible. Okay, so I can see what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Ryotaro, is it possible to shift the paper up a bit? I'm losing your writing. Something. Okay, good. All right. So Noah, you see that the answer is 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 means it's a good news. You understand?
Okay.
Right. Right. So we'll wait for the rest. So Mike, you're having some problem with the confirmation. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I think in our case, you have to be very suspicious of 1.04. You have to be very suspicious. Yes, please, no. Do you understand, Mike? You have to be suspicious. You don't have to be suspicious with your confirmation. You be suspicious with your result. I think there is a mistake. It's not supposed to be 1.04. It should be exactly perfectly 1. There is probably a mistake. Probably. I want you to be able to find your mistake. I want you. Ryotaro, are you looking at Noah's view? Are you looking at Noah's video? Help me for a while. Oh, you cannot see it. You cannot see Noah's view. Okay, no, I'm going to copy paste. No, my mistake. I forget that you can no longer see. Sorry. My mistake. So I'm putting something on the Jamboard, right? Okay,
What page?
Same page, same page.
Oh, okay.
Okay, look at what Noah is doing. This is a left-hand side bracket, right-hand side bracket, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to do exactly like Noah. This is the best way to control. Understand?
Okay.
Michael, are you still trying to find your mistake?
Yeah.
Okay, please do. That's one of the hardest thing to do, and we are in a big brain situation. It's a good time lah. It's a good time to find your mistake. I go take a drink first. Okay, guys, I'm back. So yeah. Okay. So, oh, Mike, you found your mistake, is it?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Ryotaro, what are you doing? Because I cannot see your calculator. Sorry.
No, syntax error.
Okay, everybody look at. Oh, I'm sorry, you cannot see your screen. Okay, Ryotaro, show your calculator properly. Show your calculator properly. I'm going to screenshot your calculator. Everybody, let's see whether
the behind part is the wrong one.
Okay, the behind. So show the behind part for everybody, please. I want to.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, I know what's the problem. I think I know what's the problem. Everybody, can you spot the mistake in Ryotaro's calculator? I'm showing on Jamboard, such that he has a syntax error. Do you know what syntax error mean, everybody? What does syntax error mean in your calculator? It's different from math error. Very different. What does it mean? Anybody?
Press wrongly.
Press wrongly in a way that the calculator do not understand. Right? So you press something that the calculator cannot seem to understand. That's different from math error. People, can you spot the possible mistake in Ryotaro's typing? Can you spot the mistake?
Is it -1?
The -1, I believe you did not use minus. I believe you used the minus sign instead. I believe.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I believe.
okay.
Yeah, you should not use that. You should not use that. Okay, so I'll tell you, Mike. So this one, so this is for everybody, right? So Noah and Mike, I think this is the problem. That is not that's not the minus. That's the negative sign. I don't think you're supposed to use the negative sign there. Do you understand?
What?
Okay. Let me show you. Let me show
What's
you
the negative sign?
Okay, I'm going to copy paste your calculator. I'm going to copy paste your calculator, Mike. Okay, so I'm showing Mike's here. This is what I mean. This is the negative sign, and this is the minus. They are actually different. This is negative, this is minus. Do you understand, Mike?
Oh.
This is the negative, this is a minus. I believe you should be using minus, not negative here. Ryotaro, does that solve the problem?
No.
Okay. Noah, do you understand what I'm saying? Because I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're just waiting for Noah. Just waiting for Ryotaro. Right. I think this is a very good first test. Oh, sorry, Noah. I want you to show your working very clearly to everybody. Show your working. Remove the calculator. Right. So, Michael, I'm showing Noah's working. I'm showing Noah's working again in the Jamboard. I always forget.
Okay.
In the Jamboard, page 4, please, because we don't have much space. You should compare Noah's working in a way like this. You know that you're finding your mistake just right. I think you find it quite quickly. Now look at Noah's working is shorter. Shorter doesn't mean better. It doesn't mean that, right? What it means probably is this, Mike, if you are to find a mistake, would you prefer Noah's working? If you're trying to find a mistake.
Yeah.
In that sense, I believe a shorter working is better. Not because it saves time, but it makes it easier to find mistake. So I believe that's a very good reason to endeavor to shorten our working. Understand? Now,
Okay.
look at your working and compare it to Noah's working. Can you improve it? If you can, redo the question after you finish observing Noah's working. Do you understand? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Shortening your working is a big brain situation. It's not for 2-star slots. It is for a 4-star slot or 3.5-star slot. Right. So observe and you just do as you wish. Right. Ryotaro, are you confirmed?
Yeah, confirm.
Right. So Ryotaro, your working, I believe, even though it's long, I believe it is easy to spot the mistake. If there is a mistake, there isn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at Noah's working in page 4. Same question to you. If you are to have a mistake, because we cannot control that too well, right? If you are to have a mistake, would you prefer Noah's working or not in terms of finding?
Shorter
doesn't mean better, you see.
No.
You prefer your working in terms of finding?
Prefer like one line.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's like I'm not used to the.
No problem. If not used to it, you shouldn't. And the length of your working seems to be good enough for you in terms of finding mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, then your working is currently reasonably fine. Speed is not our main concern right now. Let me repeat this, Ryotaro. You're obviously the slowest. Does it matter? I don't think so right now. It will matter later, way later. Understand, Ryotaro?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, no, you should feel like currently, because we're testing, you should feel like you haven't learned much from this tuition. Am I correct?
Right.
Because I feel that you can do this question, so why bother studying too much in tuition? That's what I feel. Am I correct? Sorry, no, sorry. Yes or no? Sorry.
Yeah, I think.
Right. I agree. And I feel that is exactly what you should feel. I feel. So this is just a test, like we're testing the new, the new stuff and everything. But on Tuesday night, right? On Tuesday night, you should be asking your questions. We are not going to do the same thing. This is just a test for everybody. So happens you can do this very, very well. And I really see that you can do it very well just from the Zoom. It's very clear, right? Okay. I like your confirmation. It's just that I think you should improve. That's about it. Okay. Okay. So now, let's do final test. The last 15 minutes. Maybe Noah, you ask your question. Do you have a question to ask?
I may take a while to find the question.
Sure. So everybody from now on, we're going to do the final test as everybody should do and ask their own question. We are not going to do the same thing anymore. Just now was just a test. Okay, Mike and Ryotaro, if there's no more question, we should do our own questions. Which means you should be showing it on the Zoom video so I can follow whatever questions you may have.
Oh, okay.
Right. So Mike, you settle this one. Mike, did we answer all your questions? You think about it from the approach point of view.
Yeah.
Can you sub in? Can. Do you have to do comparing coefficient? You don't have to. Is it correct for you and Ryotaro to say there are no more x to sub? Is it correct?
No.
Correct. Because you can sub in any x. You understand? You can. Do you need to expand first?
Yeah. No.
In fact, that's harmful, I think. Don't you think? Don't you think that expanding first in this case is very harmful? Why do you think so?
More complicated.
Not just that, it is more complicated, therefore human error. Do you understand? More chance of doing error. We don't want that error. We don't want it.
Yeah.
Understand? That's harmful, right? I'm human, you're human. We minimize our working. Must we sub in x equals to 3? Is there a better option?
We don't have to sub it.
Yep. So is there a better option? Is there a better option?
I don't know. 1.
1. Ryotaro, do you think we have to sub in 3? Is there a better option?
As long as it's one of the alphabet, like 1A.
What do you mean by 1A?
1.
It can be negative 1. Yep. But what's the
Yeah,
easiest option? What's the easiest option?
I'll just put 3.
Because 3 minus 2 is 1, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like negative.
But 1 is better in terms of the front side. Do you find that the front side matters? Because the back side is great, but the front side might be more complicated. That's personal preference. Do you have any problem with the front side? If you don't have, 3 is good for you.
If it's like this small number, then it's still okay. But if it's too big, then cannot.
In this situation, you don't mind. Basically, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you with 3 then. 3 is good for the right hand side. I totally agree with you. Okay. Okay. You understand, Mike? It's good for the right hand side. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ryotaro and Mike, can we say that you are getting better in polynomial? This is also polynomial.
I think so.
Yeah.
This will no longer confuse you. Do you need to even write a note on this?
No.
No? Good. Mike?
No.
Will you forget this 1 week from now?
Maybe.
Ryotaro?
If I don't
I don't think so.
If you don't want?
Like practice it, then
You're not that bad, Mike. I feel. I'm willing to bet the latest you will, the soonest you will forget this is like one month from now, even if you don't do any practice. That's what I feel.
Okay.
You don't have to do any notes. You don't have to do any practice. It will be very nice if you do practice. Don't get me wrong. It will be nice. But when I think about practice, I'm thinking about multiple topic practice already, not just specifically this topic. I think you don't need to do that too much. So you may end up with this variation or you may not. Do you understand? In your multiple topic practice. But I think in exam, if this comes out, even if you did not encounter this in practice again, you will still be able to do it well. That's what I feel 1 month from now.
Okay.
Okay, so you do need to practice that, but I think your practice has to be higher quality than just this topic. I feel that's why. Okay, now Ryotaro, I feel the same way, right? So Mike, just shorten your working, which is what you're supposed to do right now. Are you ready? You are to deliberately do a shorter working maybe in a similar way to Noah, maybe different your style. Your job right now in your big brain method, in your big brain time, is to shorten your working. That's the biggest improvement you should do right now. Do you understand?
Okay.
You understand? Try to shorten it. Try to make it as easy as possible. Big brain. Go. Noah, what's your question?
Why? For the entire.
Okay. I'll take a screenshot. Okay. So don't move up. Ryotaro, do you also have a question? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, please wait for a while. I'm answering Noah's. Noah's, what's your question?
For I.
Oh my goodness. Right. Part 2 and part 3 you haven't done.
Yeah, because I can't do first one.
Right. So the first one, I feel that you should simply focus on the simplest identity. What's the simplest identity?
What?
Oh, no. He gives you a hint. I'm so sorry. He gives you a hint. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't. Tell me that you know the identity which cosine to x. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Write down the 3 options. Write down the 3 options. Right. Ryotaro, I'm trying to copy your question here. So what is your question, Ryotaro, for this thing? What's your question?
The first solve that one.
All right. So again, what is the guess here? I need you to say which one or which one, right? Is this one or is that one? You know what I'm
Sorry,
saying?
what?
What topic is this?
Exponential.
Yep. And which one? Do you understand which one? Which variation?
Oh, which rule?
Yeah, yeah. No, not rule, not rule. Right. Which principle? Which principle?
Yeah, principle.
Which one?
Uh,
Both or either? You understand what I'm saying? Both or either?
I think it's both.
Very good. What is your decision on the base and the power? If it is both.
Yeah.
No. What's the decision on the base and the power? You need to decide.
Oh,
if
what's the decision? Oh, okay.
You need to decide the base and you decide the power, man. You need to. No, are you writing your the identities? Are you writing it?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still waiting in the Jamboard. What nonsense am I talking about? Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. What? No. Sorry. What?
My phone 5% left.
There's a very long cable. There's a very long cable included in the handphone stand. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Can you plug that cable in your phone because it may not match?
It matches.
Then could you please plug in the charger and the power bank or whatever? Please do that.
Okay.
Ryotaro, what's your decision on the base?
Am I supposed to use ln or no
ln? Ryotaro, this is exponential. You don't think about log or ln. When you say both, aren't you thinking about the base and the power must be the same? You have a very strong tendency to move to log and ln when you don't have to do it. Okay, the base is E. Base is E. Then the power is
X.
Now, here's how you declare. Watch me in, I'm so sorry, I don't have my power. You declare like this. You write let y equals to e to the power of x. You declare your intention to yourself. Declare.
Okay, I think I know. So.
Okay, good. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your thinking are very fixed on a certain thing that. Do you notice that you ask that kind of method 3 or 4 times already? Do you notice that?
Because last time I see like log or long question, then they use some like weird thing that I don't remember how to do.
And so you don't remember that? Yeah. You always refer to what you feel that you're missing. But you do not understand what you're missing. That's bad. Let me explain that. That is bad. We will encounter that again, but right now you don't hang on to ghosts. Those are ghosts.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's scaring you, it's worrying you. You don't hang on to that. You hang on to what I say for now. Okay. Okay, Michael, I'm happy that you're doing a different question, but have you redo the first question? I was actually hoping that you could redo the first question in a shorter manner.
Yeah, but like I was thinking that like I can do it in
later.
Like later, yeah.
Sure, fine.
Like
fine.
another time.
Fine. Do you want to ask anything on this one? This partial fraction thingy?
Yeah, so this one is like I can't sub in.
I totally disagree with you with the way you treat this. You forget what I thought.
You forget what I thought. I'm still looking for like the correct number this week.
Look, you forget what I taught you just on Friday. Type 1, type 2, type 3. You are treating the first one as type 3, correct?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Wait, but then it's like...
You're wrong. Yeah, you're treating that as type 3. You are wrong. You are wrong there. The first step is wrong because the way you assume that that's a type 3. We discussed this. Big brain. I want you to remember that, big brain. This is a big brain thing. Your big brain is not working, isn't it? If that is true, why do we even learn quadratics?
Wait, it's
yeah. Tell me that the first thing that you do is wrong. Why? The first thing that you did just now is totally wrong. Why?
oh, which one? This or like this?
When you say the first thing that you do is x squared minus 1 squared, bracket, right, equals to x minus 1, everything squared. That's the first thing that you did, right?
Because then this will be positive. And no, it's like it'll be like the 2AB thing. And then like
Yeah. What bothers me is that why do you keep doing that? It is true that you keep doing that. Not big brain, not big brain. It's a sense thing, yeah. It's a sense thing, yeah. Be very particular in your sense that that is wrong. It is never correct. Okay, it's never correct. Now let me see you treat this. So what will you do? Yep. Shall I disagree with you, or are you thinking? Are you currently thinking? Let me see your C. Hands up. Hands up. Okay, I disagree now with your treatment of B and C. Now I disagree again. I disagree. You are treating them as if they are type 1. They are not type 1. Oh, wait. Now I see the square. Sorry, I didn't see the square. I totally agree with you right now. Totally agree with you. Excellent. Totally agree with you. Ryotaro, are you confirming?
Yeah.
When you confirm, would you kindly show your calculator so at least?
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure. Then I don't like the 0.916. I don't like the 0.916. Do you know why?
It's not long enough.
No, just type ln 5 over 2. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Understand? Yeah, don't truncate x. Don't truncate x. Mike, shift to the left a bit. Thank you. So Mike, we're encountering the same problem right now, right? We're encountering the same problem. Yeah. You have the same. You have a problem last time with this step, right, Mike? You did have the same problem, a similar problem. You're struggling at this step. You're struggling very badly. You are struggling very badly at this step. Even though you know it's an equating denominator, and then you dot. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You're struggling very badly at this step. I want you to big brain this step. This is your problem. This is your problem. You big brain this step. Be slow. Oh, okay. That one is confirmed. The other one, reject. Okay, I think it's man negative. So, Ryotaro, how do you feel right now?
Okay, I'm surprised I could do that because last time I nearly took like 10 minutes for this kind.
You're doing it very fast, don't you think? Very, very fast.
Yeah.
And the way I see you working, I really think that Jamboard is not as good for you. I think this is better.
Oh.
Now I can see the dynamic of your working. I feel that you're very fast. I feel that you are natural. It really feels natural. Oh, because I promised if I see your handwriting, I can tell whether you're struggling at certain point or not. For example, I can tell that Mike is not supposed to struggle at this step. Then I can tell Mike, Mike, I think you have to big brain this step. Something like that, right? We cannot do that in Jamboard. We can't break. I feel very natural. So, Ryotaro, do you understand my advice? You don't chase ghosts.
Okay.
You don't even know what the ghosts look like. And the ghost is not supposed to chase you. So which one are you doing? Are you chasing the ghost, or is the ghost supposed to chase you? What's the ghost job anyway?
I don't know. I'll just forget whatever I thought I should have remembered during the exam.
Precisely. Very good.
Yeah.
Forget it. Do what you have, not what you don't have. Yes, very good. Very proud.
Okay.
Okay. Is the ghost like a pretty lady? Maybe is that why you're chasing the ghost?
I don't know.
Good. Precisely. We don't even know. Why bother chasing? Right? We cannot chase somebody with the next one. I hope you can. I hope we can do the next one. Next one is slightly more complicated, but just in case it comes up in exam, right?
Yeah.
Michael, are you big braining it well? Oh yes, you are big braining well. Michael, tell me what's your problem with this step. Now you don't have this problem. How come you have problem? I'm very surprised that you have the problem just now.
Because like just now I had the the starting thing over here written as the
Yeah,
original
yeah,
thing. So I
yeah.
couldn't visualize the x
Ah,
minus 1
so how do you fix the
times
problem?
plus 1
How do you
square.
fix that problem?
I just rewrite it here.
Very good. I like it a lot. So I think you need the rewriting step in exam. I feel it saves a lot of problem because I feel you can do it immediately. It saves time. I feel. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, you big brain yourself. Now, Noah, what are you doing? Because I cannot see anything.
Putting my phone back on the.
Ah, yes, yes. Is the cable long enough? Sometimes it's not long enough.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, good. Might go up a bit. Paper up, paper up. Thank you.
What do I do, Kak?
Sorry. Yeah. So I believe your phone is not in the landscape mode. I feel. Just now it is. So I think you need to tilt it a bit or something. Much better. Right. So Noah, you should be showing the same question just now, but you are not showing the same question. You are not. You are still dealing with the identities. Right. So apologies, I didn't see you right. Now the last identity is minus or plus, or does it matter?
Plus.
Yeah. Check again. Check again. Check again. Check again. Is it really plus? Because it's a memorization. Just check again.
Okay.
Is it plus or minus?
Right.
Ryotaro, it feels that you're not facing any problem, is it?
Not yet.
All right. Again, Noah, plus or minus?
Minus.
Right. So change to minus.
Oh. If that means I've been learning the wrong thing. Yes.
So what is the plus one? Because it's all memorization. There is a plus one. Do you see in the list of identity? There is a plus, but it's not this one. Please notice the difference. There is the plus version. The first identity.
Yes.
No, not this one. I mean in the identity list. Do you know that you will be given the identity list in exam?
Yeah.
Right. The identity list in the first one is cosine square A, sine square A plus cosine square A. That's the plus version equals to 1. See that one. That's the first one. You're not learning the wrong thing. You're probably mixing different things. Probably.
Oh.
Do you understand? They are different. The difference is the plus and minus. That's minus. Yeah, but the first one, you look at the first one. Sine square A plus cosine square A. See?
Oh, okay.
You understand? You're mixing different things. Understand? Huh?
Yeah.
So Mike, are you confirming right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Noah, back to this. So it must be bothering you because the question is plus now. It is really bothering you, it should be lah, right? But yeah. I will currently challenge you. Oh, okay. So now, what do you think? The first one, the second one, or the third one? What do you think? What do you think? First one, second one, third.
I don't know. All three doesn't look like it fits.
Yeah. So let me give you hints because I want you to be able to think for yourself also. So I'm putting the new one here, right? Okay. Could you see Jamboard page 40? Right. So you notice that this is x and this is 2x. You do notice that, right?
Yeah.
You will also notice that this is a and this is 2a. You get what I'm saying? You notice that. This is x and this is also 2x. And you will notice that this is a and this is also 2a.
Yeah.
What am I saying? What am I saying here?
What?
This one like that. This one like that. No. No.
Can you repeat again?
Rewrite cosine to A here. Rewrite cosine to A here. Rewrite. Okay. Okay, good. Now I challenge you, right? I challenge you again in the Jamboard. You're going to reposition, like rearrange this so that it will look like 2 cosine x. Do you understand? Rearrange this one. So it will look like 2 cosine x equals to something. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right, that one. So you put on the, and you do the same thing for the second one, but you rearrange it so it looks like 8 sine square x, if you can do that lah, if you can. Follow you. Okay, good, Mike. Good, Mike. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Do you know what's your problem? The biggest problem in this question?
No.
First, the types.
No.
You misread the types. Right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the first thing. But if I remind you, you then remember lah. So big brain, right? The second step is also a problem. You solve it yourself.
The second step.
The expansion, the door step, the door step.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah, that one you solve yourself. So 2 problems, the first and the second. The rest you have no problem. Needless to say,
Yeah.
first step and second step is extremely important. So even though you have the required skill below, you still cannot do it wrong the first and the second one. It will be a total waste of. Actually, it's a very bad mistake lah, because everything is going to be wrong lah. If you understand?
Okay.
Type and then right. Technically time is up, but you can continue doing your stuff lah. I'll be stopping our session after I answer Noah's. Noah, where are you? I cannot see what you're doing. Sorry. Where are you?
The Jamboard.
Oh, you're in the Jamboard. I'm so sorry.
Wait,
Yes, Mike.
am I free to leave?
Yes, you're free to leave. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Also, I need to on Tuesday. I need to do one binomial because I completely forgot how to do it because they
No
also
problem.
didn't
No
test it in the EY. So
No problem. Now Monday you don't have school, right? As in tomorrow.
yeah.
I want you to revise binomial by yourself a bit first, Ken. We cannot go from the start if possible. Right, Ken?
Okay.
Right? Then Tuesday you have your normal school. Then on
Yeah.
Tuesday night I'll see you. Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Cool. Same setup. Good job for today. All right. Bye. So Noah, your rearrangement is fine.
Bye.
You are yes, Noah. Yes, Mike. Okay. So Noah, I want you to rearrange the second one into something similar to this, if you can. Yeah, but no, I think it's better to avoid the Jamboard. Is there any particular reason why you do it on Jamboard?
Because paper cannot press back and the thing erase.
Okay, let's give it a try. Right? It defeats the purpose, but okay. So there's a cosine to A here, right? And then you rearrange this so that you see this, right? Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, why are you erasing everything? Yeah, this is the problem with Jamboard. Okay. Now you're correct. No, what? Okay, fair then. You want this guy, right? You want this guy to be equal to everything, right? You want this guy, right? You want this guy. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, I feel that the okay. So what makes you confused in this rearrangement? You get it correct, right?
Sometimes I can't see.
Right.
But
now you see it, yeah. Now you see that.
Yeah.
So I guess my second hint will be for you to use this and that to help you out here so that you can write that. Does that make sense? That's the hint. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, give it a try on paper, please. Ryotaro, what's happening? You have been stuck with the confirmation, is it?
Because the first equation I confirm already is correct.
Okay.
But then I don't know, for some reason the second one they say math error.
So you're using the y and x value, right?
Yeah.
Okay, again, I'm facing a problem with your video because totally clear, but I cannot see your calculator that well.
Oh.
Right. The problem is that the y is minus. Log cannot receive a y or minus y.
Minus.
The y is minus, right? The y is minus.
Oh. Oh.
Even the x is also minus, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Which will also give you a big problem because then log x minus 2 is a minus, log y is also a minus. So it is a problem. Can I see the question again? Can I see the question again? Because you did a best change. You must be doing it.
The question.
The question, yeah. So if you look at that, it's very weird, you know. If the y is minus, then log 2 something minus is very bad. Log x minus 2, the x is minus, also become x minus 2 become minus, which is also very, very bad, I feel. Right? So I'm going to check your, the suspicion currently is that your first equation, there is something wrong. That's the first suspicion I would have. Okay. Currently, I cannot see you working very well. So can I see the full first equation working? This is the landscape problem. So let me see. Right. Okay. So you decided to make the base 3, right? Okay. I can accept that. Okay. That feels about right. Okay. That feels about right. Okay. Then. Okay. Let's look at equation 2 then. Let's look at equation 2.
Equation 2.
Oh, x minus 2 equals 2. That feels about right? And then that feels about right. And then you will add. Yeah, the way you handle the simultaneous is very ineffective. Yeah, I dislike the way you handle the simultaneous. I dislike it. So wait, copy paste. Wait, copy paste. So yeah, so I dislike the way you do it because I feel it will be slower in exam and you introduce a lot of error. That's the bigger problem. So you look at page 5, yes?
Page
5. Right. So in your calculator, prepare your calculator, you have mode. You want to go to the simultaneous equation with 2 unknown. Can you do that in your calculator? Can you show me your calculator? Yeah.
Yes.
So 5, go to 5.
5.
Yeah, simultaneous equation 1, number of known 2. Have you used this before?
Oh, no. I didn't know this existed.
My goodness, right? Okay, use this. How do you use this? I want to see you how you use it. Can you even use it? Okay. Yeah, is that a minus 1? Yeah. Okay, equals to
1.
Okay, 1. Then the second one, how do you use it? Okay, again, I'm not seeing it very well, yeah, so I need to see it. Yeah, okay, good. So you decided 1. Is there a 1x? I totally disagree with you. Totally disagree with you.
Yeah.
So I think you should be minus x plus y equals to minus 2.
Sorry? Minus x plus y equals minus 2.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you cannot do it this way. That's wrong. The way you do it is wrong. But do you know why?
To restart.
No. Just go. Just use the arrow to.
Because the x is.
Or just equal. Press equal. Just press equal. Press equal. Yeah, equal. Then you'll return back. No.
No, it's not.
It's not happening. Okay. For now, restart first. Okay. Can you even restart? Is it stop? Okay. 5, 1, 2.
Okay.
Oh, Noah, looks like you don't have a problem, is it? Okay, my issue with part 1 is that did you confirm? That's my issue.
Yeah.
Oh, you did confirm. How do you confirm?
I put the cosine to x.
Again, how do you confirm?
No, I didn't confirm.
You should confirm. How do you confirm? Can you confirm?
I have to confirm to x. Okay.
Very easy, right? First of all, you can type sine square x, you can type cosine square x, and of course, you can also type cosine to x in your calculator. There's a left-hand
Cosine
side.
to x to cosine x.
Of course not. If that is true, why would we bother learning trigonometry? You must type it as cosine to x.
And sub x.
Yeah, sub x. So in this case, you want to make it into radian because you'll be using x equals to pi, right? So
Okay.
make it radian first. Okay, so you compare the left-hand side, which is the question, and your answer, which is the right-hand side. Okay, left-hand side divided by right-hand side, please. Okay, so Ryotaro, do you understand what we are saying here? The x is supposed to be minus half, is it?
Yeah.
And minus 5/2, which is not exactly what your answer is, but they are both minus. That's very, very weird. That's not supposed to be the case. Now, after this, Ryotaro, you don't leave. We have to fix your handphone problem. The only problem here is that it is not in landscape. It's very difficult for me to. Yeah, that's the only problem.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see your question one more time. Sorry, let me see your question. Only the question. Don't need to lift it up. You're not supposed to. You do not need to lift it up. Now, can you confirm, please, that this is copied correctly? There is just a chance that you may copy it wrongly. Yes, please confirm.
Yeah,
It is copied correctly.
it is correct.
It's very weird that the x and the y would be minus. Now, this is from the TOS, right?
No. This is the Clementi Town 2.
Oh my goodness.
And
Check
they
your
don't give
Clementi
answer
Town
key.
2. Check your Clementi Town 2. Is this supposed to be a bracket or there isn't a bracket? And the -2 is minus everything.
Oh, but wait.
You check one more time.
Let's see.
Because you treat it as if there is a bracket. Maybe there isn't a bracket. Maybe you misread the question.
What? Sorry, what bracket?
So you're
Which-
treating this as having a bracket, you see. That's how you treat it, right?
Which one bracket?
The
Which
Jamboard,
page
page
are
6,
you?
sorry, page 6. We don't have to.
Oh, yeah. I thought
You
it's
treat it-
bracket. I thought it was like
Yeah.
one thing.
But you look at the question one more time. Even if you're unsure, I want you to copy paste to the Jamboard so that we can be sure. Okay, Noah, sorry. I wasn't following. So you confirm, correct? Wait, there's something wrong with your confirmation. Okay, what is wrong is this. I think you square 8 sine x, whereas the square is only supposed to be the sine x.
I square sine x.
No, you square 8 sine x. No, the way you type it is that you are squaring 8 sine x. Don't you see? You're supposed to square only the sine x, not with the 8, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's also difficult. No, that's also right
the
way.
whole thing.
Yeah.
And divided by another.
You see, for the 2 the 2 cosine square x, the way you type it is correct. But for the 8, the way you type it is wrong. Right now, also wrong. So you need to bracket one more time inside. No, stop. Move right to move to right. Again, stop. Bracket one more time. Now this is correct. Oh, no. That means you did it correct. I'm so sorry. I misunderstood the bracket. I'm so sorry. You are correct. I'm sorry. You were correct. You were correct. Any problem with part 2 and part 3? Any problem with part 2 and part 3?
No.
All right. Then in this case, technically you can leave the tuition. Now, what do you think about the new setup?
I've been standing the whole time because I don't know.
Why are you standing the whole time? That's not good. That's not good.
Well, I might block the whole camera if I sit down.
What do you mean? Please sit down. Please sit down.
If I write, then you can look. Oh no.
Oh, because the way you write is that your head is blocking the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, then we do a few things. Is it possible for you to lower the camera just a bit to remind you not to block the camera? Is it comfortable for you if it is like that? So you just lower just a bit so that your head will never block it. Make sense?
Am I blocking like this?
Definitely not, but you need to zoom out now because it's too zoomed in because you make it closer. So zoom out a bit, zoom out a bit, zoom out a bit, a bit more, zoom out a bit more, zoom out a bit more. Okay, that's enough. Now, so do you feel uncomfortable? That's important.
No.
Then problem solved lah. I don't think you should be standing. Please, I'm not punishing you. Don't stand.
Okay.
Right? Anything else about this new setup?
No.
Tomorrow you don't have any school, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you want to do something so that you prepare? Just a bit.
What day is my tuition this year?
Today, right? Sunday night, and then Tuesday night, and then Thursday night.
Oh.
Right.
Then can Tuesday night set.
Fine. I'll see you on Tuesday night then.
Okay. My God.
Any other problem for the day?
No.
So we'll be doing it like this lah on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay. See you now. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So Retaro, now I can concentrate on you, right? Now I don't see any original question. Have we settled the problem? How should we read the question?
Oh, finally. I don't know why it took so long to copy paste.
Right. Okay.
My keyboard's
Yeah.
something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No. I think you misread the question.
What?
It's very
It's
clear
supposed
that
to
you
be minus.
two of
No.
everything. Don't you agree that you are misreading the math language? You totally misread it.
Oh, but I
Totally.
thought it's like combined.
No, there are some telltale signs. Okay, so release your selection, please. Release your selection. You did not release the selection. Okay, so I'll tell you the telltale sign. So you misread in a way. You misread the math language. It's a language problem. Okay, understand? Huh? Now look at this. There's telltale signs. First of all, the x and the -2. The -2 is bigger than x. That's already a telltale sign.
What? Like that? Oh my goodness.
Secondly,
Yeah.
the better telltale sign is if it is supposed to be x -2, they must not omit the bracket. They must have the bracket. That's the clearest telltale sign. Don't you agree?
They'll put bracket. Oh, I didn't know they have to
will.
put bracket.
Oh, they have to. What nonsense? They have to. No, there is no excuse, if they don't and they mean it that way, they are wrong. Math language does not support not having bracket. You have a problem with math language. I think the way you understand the math language is still a bit off in terms of bracket. They are supposed to have it if that is what they mean, but they did not mean that. So they're not wrong. Look, we gotta clear this math language thingy. What's your problem? You do have a little bit problem. You do have. If you don't know what's your problem, redo the question first. Okay, we'll settle this thing first. We'll settle the language problem later.
No, I know how to do it if it's like that.
Okay, do again. Like that. Do that, and then we'll confirm it, and then we're gonna settle your technical problem, and then we'll call it.
Okay.
Right.
No, do I have to like cancel everything? Because if it's like that, then like the whole bottom half is wrong.
Yep. I think more than half is wrong. So you just have to redo that part lah. Yeah. In exam, just scratch everything. What to do, right? Yeah. Currently, I cannot follow it well in the viewers, so just do what you can.
Wait, what? Oh no.
Okay, I truly cannot follow your working. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No. I didn't do much. I just like canceled what I thought was wrong. Then I
So,
changed the 2 to 1 because I thought it's x minus 1 equals y. Because this thing is 2 power 1.
to cut it short, did you get x divided by y equals to 2? You did not get that, right?
Yeah, that's why I said like because I checked the behind there is like x equals 0, which is wrong. So I was like
Okay.
confused.
So let me get drawing pad because I am supposed to talk to somebody else soon. So I'm not sure what's the problem here, but I can at least show you the solution for now. Watch the Jamboard, please. Are you watching the Jamboard?
No.
So what I'm doing is, of course, I'm applying one of the rules. I am. So first I rearrange. I do this instead. Okay. Oh, sorry. This 2 is even supposed to be log, right? Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm applying a rule. I'm obviously applying a rule, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, x over y equals to 4. And so I'll work this. I'll work with that.
Okay.
Which in this case, the calculator will be useless. We just have to do it manually. Now, can you find the new x, the new y, confirm it, and then we'll try to settle technical problem. Wait, okay. All right, Austin, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Right. So my tuition is supposed to end at 9:30. Sorry, yeah. First time they're using the new setup, so we're still ironing a lot of problems. Asking for your time. Is it okay if you wait 5 more minutes? If it's not okay, then we'll start immediately for you.
Okay. Okay.
You know, sorry, yeah, 5 more minutes, Austin. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what to do with that? Okay. Okay, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, so you can see, right?
Yeah, now I can see. Now I can see. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what will you do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it will be a very weird number, right? Then the x will be something different, right?
This, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just do the x. The x is going to be very simple. The x is going to be very easy. X over 1 over 11 equals to 4, right? Use the equation 2, right? Use equation 2. X use x.
4.
Yeah, x over y. Yeah,
Oh,
you can use
one.
x. You can use x equals to 4y. Sorry. Obviously, you can use x equals to 4y.
Okay.
Obviously. Sorry. So you can find the x immediately, right? Yeah, just right there. You don't need much space. Right. So you have all this weird number, right? 4/11 is just a weird number that you have to accept, right?
Yeah.
Now, store to X, store to Y, see what is correct.
Okay.
The first one should be correct. Then the second one.
Yeah, second one is correct.
So first and second correct lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though the answer is weird and there is no answer key, you know that your answer is now correct.
Yeah.
Let me repeat this. Your answer is ugly. In exam, if you don't confirm, what would you feel?
A bit scared.
In fact, you will feel better with your first answer if you don't confirm.
Yeah.
The ones you confirm, of course, the first answer you will feel very bad.
Yeah.
Do you understand why I asked you to confirm? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Feeling
it's
is
better,
bad.
so I
Feeling
feel-
is unreliable. Feeling is unreliable. Very unreliable. Yeah? So the big main thing that you're supposed to discuss here right now is how come the X and Y cannot be minus? I spoiled immediately, you do not, but we have to wait until Tuesday. Okay.
Okay.
Right. We just settled the technical problem. So besides this portrait problem, is there anything that is inconveniencing you today?
No, not really.
What do you think about the new setup? How does it feel?
It's faster than the Jamboard because the Jamboard very,
Totally.
I don't know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, your speed is now normal. I feel it. How come Ryota writes so slow? What is this, man? Plus, your writing is slightly better here, even though the arrangement is messy, but that is easy to fix. So your writing is definitely nicer. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think we
guess.
can agree that currently this is an improvement, right? The setup, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Are you using headset, by the way?
No. AirPods.
Right. Okay. Then do you foresee the need to plug in, power bank or charger during tuition?
Tuition only like 1 hour, right? I
Yeah,
don't think
only 1
so.
hour all the time. Sorry. Okay, good. So the
Yeah.
last thing is, how come your phone cannot landscape mode? You see that everybody landscape mode, right?
Yeah.
Right. Can you just take your laptop, just take your handphone out of the clip? Right? Take it out of the clip.
Out of the clip.
So
Okay.
because you're just clipping it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and just put it in a landscape like you want to take a picture. It's not working, right? Is it?
Yeah.
It's not becoming a landscape, is it?
I already, even when I was in the phone holder, I put like this, and it's still the same portrait for some reason.
Right. Can you put it? Okay. What I mean is this. You look at my video. Look at my video. Can you put the camera like this? Don't face it down like that, but put it like that. You see that fixed the problem. Alamak, Ryotaro.
Wait, what? How?
You put the handphone like this. See, now it fixes the problem.
Like this?
Now, yeah, like this.
Oh,
Now
I was
now
facing it down.
yeah, you have to do it like that. Then your phone will recalibrate and then you'll enter landscape mode and then you clip it back. Hey, you don't.
Wait, let me try quick. Very quick.
Yeah, still landscape.
So,
Wow, much better. See, it goes back to portrait. What's going on?
wait,
After a while, just now it went back automatically to portrait. Now it's landscape again. Now it's landscape. I like it. I like this.
wait, what? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah,
I
but
just
this is
like-
landscape. This is landscape. And now you're supposed to reorientate your. Now you're supposed to reorientate your stand. how do you position your stand? You position your stand on top of the paper, like above the paper.
Yeah, it's on my left.
Oh, it is supposed to be on your left. That's very weird. I don't get it. What's here? Okay, now it's
Is
upside
it
down.
changing?
No, now it's
Oh.
upside down, which means you have to be 180 degree, right? Another 90 degree turn. Yeah.
Where's the other way?
And
Huh?
no,
Correct.
like this, like this. You're blocking the camera. You're blocking the camera. You're blocking. Something's blocking the camera. Something's blocking the camera. No, this is upside down.
No, oh, that means I have to flip the phone.
I mean, you're supposed to just position the phone like this, lah, right?
Yeah, but that the white part is covering.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, the camera is supposed to be chatting here, right? The camera is supposed to be chatting here. Still blocking. Yeah, it's
Still upside down.
Yeah, it's upside down.
Okay.
That's very weird. Okay, we have to fix this now, but maybe you try fixing it by yourself first. Okay, try first.
Okay.
Okay. I have to.
Wait, is it?
Hey, now it's good. 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 Now it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what happened? Can you do this tomorrow?
Okay.
You say, can you?
Yeah, can.
Okay,
I know how
perfect.
to do it.
Right. So tomorrow's Monday. You assume that you have time, lah. Assume that tomorrow's your ideal school day. You practice like an ideal school day, lah, when you can arrange what and when to
Okay.
practice. Okay. So I'll be waiting for your questions. Not other people's question on Tuesday night with this kind of setup. Okay. Okay, good. I'll see you. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Austin, thank you for waiting. Are you there?
Yeah.
Again, thanks for waiting.
Sorry, my background.
Right. Okay. I don't think you need. Okay. It's nice to see your face again. Like it. Right. Your hair's longer than me, so okay. Right. Okay. You are in the living room.
Yeah.
Right.
My personal home.
All right. Sure thing. You mean that you like to study in the living room, if possible?
Oh no, my mom just brought the laptop here for Sunday school.
Oh, right. Yeah, that happened. Okay, so you have this. You have this thing, right? You have this.
Yeah.
Let's start with that first. Okay. Can you open it? We just.
Oh, yeah, I go take it first.
Sure.
Okay.
It's supposed to be this box, right?
Yeah.
It's a heavy box. So what you will do is you cannot open like this. You'll damage it. You cannot open it. You must push it up for you. Okay, so you're there. So let me follow you. Right. Have you locked the base? You're supposed to lock this base, right? You're supposed to lock this base. Okay, you lock it already. So you are supposed to pull up first telescope, second telescope, third telescope. Between the second and third, there's an additional joint. You have to expose that. That's the additional joint. You see? The additional joint allows you to do that. That's between the second and the third. You can flip it like that, right? So now you should do this. So you just turn it, just make it drop. No, you have to drop this thing. There. You have to drop that thing.
This one?
No, this thing. This thing. You're supposed to drop that. See? See, you can do that. Nothing forced, right? That's normal. Like that's normal. Yeah, I think you have to put it out a bit more. Yeah, put it out a bit more. Okay. You make it straight again. No, make it straight, and then pull it out again.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay. No, make this thing straight and then pull it out a bit more. You cannot. You have to make it straight and
then
do
all the way up. I got it all the way up.
You have to pull the third and this. Okay, it looks like this. See, the joint is hidden, right? You see, my joint is hidden.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
I grab the third and the second and then like that. Just make sure that everything is up. Then you can put it safely. And yeah. Okay. Then you just turn. That's your 90-degree turn, right? You don't have to put it maximum. I think maximum is an overkill. I think.
Yeah,
okay. right? So I think a bit shorter is nice, right? So the second joint you want to observe is this. This you turn. This you have to turn. So make it shorter. Make it shorter. I feel you should make it shorter. Yep. Make it shorter. Yeah, maybe you grab that part. No, you cannot turn anything. You can only push and pull. You can only push and pull. So just okay. So this part you need to turn. So now okay, very good. Now that's a nice height. So this one you need to turn. Okay. Now this is properly set up. Just grab your phone. Just pretend. Grab your phone. Your phone camera is here, right? Your phone camera is here.
Yeah.
You should put the camera here, right? The camera is here. You should put it there. There's a teeth here. You can open the teeth and you can grab it.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So the last thing is you might be able to turn on the light. There might be some battery. So you see two buttons here. You see two buttons here.
Yeah.
Side. So I think the further button should light the right lamp because there's a facing down and facing up.
Oh,
see
there's no
press it longer. Press it longer.
There's no battery.
Press
There's no battery.
totally off. Just try pressing the button longer first. Just try. See where it works. Just longer.
Oh wait, there is.
See. So one is going up, one is going down. You just do the count. Right. Yeah. Something like then you can change the color, but it's up to you. Right?
Yeah.
So the point of this thing, is you use Zoom in your handphone, right? Then you are free from the Jamboard. You don't have to do the Jamboard and the drawing pad. It slows us down tremendously for JC stuff. So you can now freely do in your normal paper. I think it's better. Okay. You probably need to charge it. You probably want to charge your handphone also. You can use the keyboard. Okay. Any question for this one?
Don't have.
All right. So we can try to use it. Now, that's the easy part. So let me share with you why the change of time. Just a minute. Yep, nice. That's nice. You're folding it well. Yep, that's nice. Yep. Now let me share with you the screen. So you can pick it up. Yeah. So if you're going to use this to conserve bandwidth, you don't do Zoom on the laptop lah. Just do Zoom on the handphone because we need the video. The Zoom can use for Jamboard. Right?
Okay.
And the Jamboard will probably be me writing because I think you will naturally write on the paper. I think that's the advantage. Okay. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I should be sharing my screen. I forgot. I should be showing you something also. Let me show you Yankin. So it's Yankin. Wait, I'm trying to find Yankin's. No, oh, this. No. Yeah, Yankin. Okay. So I'll go very quickly about Yankin's thing here, so that you know what's going on, and then that already explains why I suggest the time change, right? It is not a coincidence, Austin, that most of my students are non-morning person. It's not a coincidence. Morning person will just simply tend to do better in school because school assumes everybody's a morning person. I do not assume that a morning person can change to non-morning. I think the better assumption is we must work together with the system, but you must not change yourself. I don't think we can change ourselves. I'm speaking this from a morning person perspective. I appreciate non-morning person as much as I can. I do not want to force or pretend that all of you are morning person. I think that's harmful. It is harmful until you're adult. It's very bad. It's very bad. So Yankin has this idea. Before we talk about this, he should try to adjust to become a morning person. That will not end well, from my point. That will not end well at all. That will be very harmful. Now, Austin, I have an impression that you are not necessarily a morning person, but am I correct? Okay. How would you say you are? Because, oh, you're not morning person. Then what are you, right?
Not in the morning. Basic. I don't know. It's like afternoon.
Maybe afternoon.
But
right?
I don't really like waking up in the morning. Because it's like very, I don't know.
Yeah.
Even like no matter how early I sleep, I don't wake up in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Do you get that I am trying to get you? Do you understand? I'm
my
trying to
energy
work
only
with
comes like
later.
my energy only comes in like late, like 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
Yeah. So you're a very late person to some people. And that if you try to pretend that you are a morning person or you try to change yourself, I believe it will not end well. Let me repeat this. I don't think it's useless. I think it's harmful. So if you're willing to work like that, work with yourself, right? I'm also willing to work with yourself, right? So happens, I think Yankin is about the same. Right? So now let me just show you how Yankin energy and then how we decide to do, and you see whether it makes sense for you. Right? Now, first thing first, we should settle like the way Yankin settle. You should settle your number 1, number 2, number 3 difficulty first. So look at Yankin. Yankin thinks his number 1 difficulty is physics. Number 2 is chemistry to get A. That's what he wants to get. Number 3 is math to get a B. I just asked him to decide because he thinks chem and math is the same. But if the result he's aiming is not the same, it will influence the difficulty. Now, what do you think? For you, lah.
I think the hardest I think is chemistry because it's very content based.
Definitely chemistry. And what are you thinking in terms of score if you have
A.
So no wonder. Then number 2.
Then second should be physics. Actually, I think it's more of maths.
Are they like close to each other?
Yeah.
Okay, but how far from number 1? How far?
Not that far.
Okay,
a bit.
Position them a bit, just a bit here, but 2 or 3 is like math and physics, and I'm guessing you're both aiming A also. Okay, so A. So no wonder lah. If you're aiming for physics D, well, that wouldn't be a problem, right? Yankin has a slight advantage in GP. He's just that kind of guy. His GP and history are very easy for him. So you see here, the number 4 and number 5 is very far from number 1, number 2, number 3. To him, number 1, 2, 3 is about the same. Right? Now you, the question will be, what's your easiest subject, or what do you think about GP and history? How close or far are they from number 1, 2, 3?
I think GP and econs.
So GP number 4, econs number 5.
Actually, I don't know. I feel. I don't know. I feel like they're all equally hard.
I'm
Like,
going to
I'll
write
put
down.
it.
I'm going to run the result first. So like GP is what? If you're able to GPA, then we die lah, right? We just die lah. Right?
My GP, I think it's aiming for like a C or B.
Right. C or B, which one? It matters. That's a lot of difference.
C. C.
Okay, C.
Start small.
Start small. Your econs, you're aiming for
A or B.
A or B. Okay. So again, it's A or B. I mean, it's H1, right? But it's H1, right? Oh, so I think I don't know. You have to decide. Is it A or B? You have to decide. Which one is good for you? Because your H2 are all good, you see. So it matters less lah. I feel like matters.
I mean, if possible, A.
So A lah. Cons A. So
If
if you look
possible,
at it,
A.
if you look at it like this, who's number 4 and who's number 5?
I feel like econs is easier than GP.
It is because it's H1 some more. I think GP is just no joke. I feel that's what I feel.
My GP is also H1.
Because GP and econ are both H1, but GP is no joke. GP is just a no joke. No joke. Right?
But so I think I put GP on top of maths and physics.
GPC. even GPC is on top of math physics, I would tend to believe you. See? I would tend to, right? Put that. So I would actually tend to believe. Again, I think GP is no joke. Doesn't mean that you cannot get there, but I think it's no joke. So like that, yeah, a bit closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So energy management. So again, especially for you guys, the non-morning person living in a world that assumes everybody is a morning person from school to work. But you know for a fact, Austin, there are certain types of work which actually requires you to not be a non-morning person. You know that every day in front of you. You know.
Oh.
Right? I'm saying that you have seen with your own eyes that not all jobs, serious, good paying jobs, serious, good paying, good meaningful job, not all jobs like that assume that everybody's a morning person. You have the example right before you in front of your eyes every day, right? What is it?
Father.
Yeah, your dad lah. He's managing a totally different time zone. Obviously. Unfortunately, I think your father is a morning person.
Oh, he wakes up in the morning for like some time, like maybe 1 or 2 hours, because my mom wakes up at the same time.
Yeah.
Then
Your
after that, he
mother
just
is a
goes-
morning person, right? Your mother is a
Then
morning
he sleeps a bit after that.
Yeah. Your father is suffering because he is not a morning person. He is a morning person. I
I don't know
think
if it's a morning, because he wakes up
Because
and he
he-
sleeps after that.
because he has to, you know, right? He works from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's what he say lah. He how do I do that? I mean, it's a joke lah. He is willing to do that because he's a very good husband and a very good father. He's willing to go through all that. But if he is a morning person, he is suffering no? In a similar way that you are suffering right now because you are a non-morning person in a school which assumes that everybody is a morning person, right?
Actually,
Yes.
I feel like it's okay there when I go to school in the morning. Like, I mean, it's very hard to wake up, but once I reach school, it's different. I got energy.
Yeah, but wait until we like I don't know. I'll just say that I don't mean to survive. I mean look at your difficulty level. Chemistry A number 1, right? They put chemistry, let's say, they put chemistry every day from 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning. Let's say that. Compared to if you can choose, they put chemistry on 11:30 to 12:30 every day, every time. You tell me there is no difference. You just tell me right now. Tell me. No difference to you?
Oh, it's a difference.
It's a small difference, a medium difference, or a significant difference?
Normal. Not very significant, but not very small. So.
I'll put it another way. Let me just put it another way. Econ 7:30 to 8:30 every time. Of course, you cannot choose that. And then chemistry is 11:30 to 12:30. Let's just say, or I don't know, 10:30 to 11:30. You say you're quite good at 10:30 and something like that. You're quite good at.
Yeah.
Like that, or you flip. Tell me if now you consider these two, you flip or you know the other way around. Tell me now, how does the difference feel?
Quite big.
Precisely my point, right? Now my point is this. If you could, because you can't. If you could, it's very simple. You match your worst energy with your easier subject. If you could, you match your best energy with your harder subject. Hardest in terms of what you want to achieve. Hardest. If you could, you do that. But when you couldn't, we'll live with it somehow. Now, that is what I mean by energy management. Very simple, right? Big brain stuff, use your best brain. No need big brain, even though it's A, no need big brain, is H1. Use your not so good time, simple life, right? Simple life. Of course, you can't. But as you grow older, Austin, as you grow older, more mature, as you're given more freedom, you should do that. Especially in university. If not, you suffer needlessly. You forgive the world. They assume everybody is a morning person. But you have to manage your own time. Now look at Yankin's. Now you get Yankin's energy. So this is your difficulty, and then how we match it with energy. Look at Yankin's energy. It should be very obvious what it is. There is the legendary 5-star, right? During holiday, that's it. This is during his holiday. There is no 5-star for him, right? Maybe during holiday, maybe. Yeah. So we go to 4-star. His 4-star is this for some reason. 3-star is this for some reason. 2-star is this for some reason. Every other thing is 2-star, by the way, right? And then the tuition slot, thankfully, is not 3-star, it's not 4-star, but 3.5. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's obvious that he's not a morning person, right? It's obvious, right? You, if you have a 5-star, tell me right now. If not, we'll go from 4-star to 3-star. Frankly speaking, I don't care about the 2-star. You do whatever with your 2-star. Okay.
5 stars.
If there is, like.
I mean, it was quite crazy. Last time, around the start of the holidays, I studied at like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. is your 5-star. Are you sure?
Like midnight or somewhere there. Yeah.
You tell me. I'm gonna tell you my 5-star so that you don't feel that you're too crazy. Okay. So we can share some. Right. By the way, just want to tell you, from primary school until university year 1, this is where I go wrong. I went wrong during my university year, but from primary to year 1, I behave as if I'm a morning person because I am. I only need to study and do homework at school. I finish almost, but remember, school is a morning person here. So I basically do my tutorial homework during school because I am faster than the lecture. I was bored in the lecture. I just do my homework, right? Ain't no problem, I score very well, right? It's not because I'm smart. I thought it's because I'm smart. I thought. But when I review myself, where do I went wrong in year 2, year 3, year 4? Guess what I did? I didn't sleep enough. I wake up late. I miss all my good time. I go to the lecture when I'm not very awake in the morning. My fault, my own fault. Is it because I'm smart that I get such a good result during my JC and secondary time? Or is it because I'm a morning person and I accidentally behave as if I'm a morning person? Is it my smartness or is it just my good habit? I think right now it's not because I'm smart. I think my habit matches. Right now, I want that to happen to you. I want that to happen to you, even though you are living in a non-morning person. My 5-star, by the way, is 5 to 6 a.m. Nobody wakes up. You don't sound that crazy too. You don't sound too crazy. You sound like that person, which I told you, right? 100 years ago, people sleep at early night, wake up in the middle of the night, do some significant stuff, and then sleep again. They do 2 cycles of sleep.
Oh, Kak Mawar, I never sleep yet.
Sorry, what?
I never sleep yet.
What do you mean?
I haven't sleep yet.
You mean your 3 a.m. is when you do not sleep?
Yeah. I take a nap in the afternoon. Then I just stay.
But how can? But after that you die, lah.
Yeah, I die after that. Yeah.
Then maybe that's not a very good 5-star because you cannot sacrifice everything else. So, but 5-star is a fable thing. My 5 to 6 a.m. no longer exists because of baby 5-star. No longer exists. Doesn't exist, right? So let's go, slightly more realistic. Let's go for 4-star if there is.
Actually, Kak, is this a 5-star, 4-star thing? Is it during holiday or during school?
Definitely not during holiday. You must imagine your school day. You must. There's no use of talking about holiday, right? No use.
Yeah, I somehow I have a lot of energy at school, so maybe like 10 a.m.
Okay, so 10 to give some idea or start.
11, 12.
11. Let's start. What? 11, 12, 11, 13. Which one?
12.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. Something to establish. Now, any other time which is 4-star?
should be before that also like 9 to 10.
So it's actually 9 to 12 is 4-star.
No, as in 9 to 10 is 4-star, then 10 to 12 is 5-star.
Oh.
Because I get more weight.
No, that's good. That's good. I like it. 5-star is the best time. Are you sure that you have a 5-star at school? That's not as bad as I think. It's not as bad as I think. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's continue. Any other any other 4-star?
After I wake up from my nap, which is like, depends what time I go home. Maybe like
Roughly, I guess. Maybe an average.
8.
Before your dinner, when do you have dinner? Sorry. If you're in the school day, like
I have dinner before I nap. So I just go home, so I eat, then I nap. Then I just wake up and do work.
Okay, but you don't need to take a bath after you nap?
Oh yeah, I took a bath already. Yeah.
Good. I like
As
that.
in, I do everything before I nap.
I like it. I like that. I support your nap. So 8 to what? 8 to.
I can go until like 2 a.m.
No. The star matters. Don't tell me 8 to 2 is 4-star. Don't tell me. You're
okay,
joking.
then I changed.
I
changed from 10 to 12.
Oh, then okay. The 4-star is 10 to 12. Okay. Gotta remember that. Right? 10 to 12 p.m. Right? Okay.
AM.
That's sorry. So this is a lot of 4-star. We're getting good now. Let's go to 3-star. The rest doesn't matter.
Should we after I wake up? So 8 to 9.
Okay, 8 to 9. So what's from 9 to 10 p.m.?
Oh yeah, sorry, 8 to 10. 8 to 10. Sorry.
Nothing.
8 to 10.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Wait, what happened? Sorry. Press something. Okay, sorry. Yeah, didn't miss that. So
Yeah, 8 to 10 p.m.
That's your 3-star, is it? 3-star.
Yeah.
Any 3.5? Just curious. Any 3.5?
I don't think so.
So you stay awake until 2. I think it's nonsense if it is 2-star. What is your 12 to 2?
My 12 to 2 is like should be like 3.
It's also 3. It's also 3. Now you think about this carefully. What kind of sleep pattern do you need so that on school days, your 8 to 10 is 3, your 10 to 12 is 4, your 12 to 2 is 3 every day. There must be a sleep pattern. If this is not sustainable, it is not habitual. It is not. Is it sustainable? The sleep pattern. What a sleep pattern and what a rest pattern do you need for this kind of performance?
Whatever I just said here for the time.
So you sleep or you nap, right? You go home, you nap for a while. Then after 2, you sleep again until 6 or something.
I wake up for school at 7, I think, or like 6:45.
Which I totally support if that is the sleep that you need. Totally support.
Because my house is quite near, so I have to wake up so early.
JC for the win, right?
Yeah.
Right? Always go to the nearest JC. Imagine if you have to go to Temasek, which you don't. Okay, I like it. This is a lot to work with. A lot to work with.
My nap is quite long. My naps are quite long.
Which is?
So,
Which is?
I mean, based on J1, I usually reach home at like 6, maybe 5 or 6. I just nap all the way to 8.
But
about
you have
3 hours.
But you eat and bathe first, man.
Oh yeah, eat very fast. If I'm very sleepy, I eat very fast.
Eat and then bathe a bit, and then you can sleep for at least 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, then you wake up at 8, which I like. Okay, and then at 2 o'clock you sleep until 6:45, which is around 5.5. 4.5.
Yeah.
2.5, 4.5, 7. That's better than some other people. I wish you can sleep more, but for now, I'm happy with your stars. The 2-star, you do whatever you want. You understand? Whatever you want. Right. So now, if we just say roughly that the tuition time is this, then it is using your 3-star, right? 3-star is better than 4-star, but I don't think I can do this year. That's the problem. So,
I think I can adjust myself a bit also. Because after this, I also have like, as in J2, my timetable will be very different now. They say it'll be shorter.
Oh, you can go back faster and sleep more or longer or whatever,
Yeah.
which I like. I really
Or I
like.
can,
Mhm.
yeah, I can
I mean, I like that. I like that.
change
I
a
mean,
bit.
so what we're saying is our possible tuition slot, which is what we're trying to say, it's not Saturday. I don't know, it's not Sunday. I hate Sunday for hours. I don't think it's the best for everybody. Obviously, it's not the best for you. I hate it also. So my proposal is to split. Right now, I can only split 2. So if we do like that, is it already better?
Yeah, course is shorter also.
I like it. So shorter means more effective. I like it a lot. So if you can adjust, that's nice. Maybe we'll say that the study time, and maybe we say the tuition is at 8 to 9:30, maybe, as a compromise between you and Yankit, maybe.
I think can 8 to 9:30.
Okay, so I'll talk with Yankit, right? Because obviously he also likes to study around that time. He also expressly mentioned it. So maybe like that. Okay, let's start this. And then Monday night and Wednesday night, right? Okay, so this in terms of energy management, we shall make full use of this time that we have now. So another thing about energy management, I'm going very fast here, is that we prepare for the lesson tomorrow and 2 days. So we do that. We become proactive. We don't just react. Right? So that's what I've been trying to ask you guys to do anyway. Right? Have you done your tutorial? Have you done tutorial? But if we slip the timing, I enter on Monday night, I enter on Wednesday night. I hope you can ask more questions faster. At the same time, we can also prepare for the days coming so that your school days is better, I suppose. That's what a non-morning person must do. He must simply, yes.
I mean, once I start school, Once I start school, I plan to, what is it called? I plan to stay back at school and study, so I don't go home. As in, like, I don't go so early.
But wait. If you stay at school, which is not a bad idea, how are you going to nap?
That's the thing. I just.
And how are you supposed to maintain this schedule? Are you saying that your style will change?
I have to see once school starts up, because I also it's quite easy for me to change. It's not that hard also.
Look, if you change your timing and the star remains the same or even better, totally support lah. But if yes,
because like now that I see like J2 is like shorter time also, right? So I feel like even if I stay back at school and study, I still can reach home by to follow this timing that I put.
Yeah, I'm okay with you studying at school. My only concern is that this. Right now, if you study at school, you're talking about what 2 to 3 p.m. maybe extra 2 to 4 maybe 2 to 4 p.m. right? Right. So you look at your 2 to 4 p.m. on GC1 okay, you're saying that you want to use that slot in school. Totally agree with that. How many stars is that?
3.
GC1. If it is 3, I suppose that makes some sense. I suppose. If it is 2 star, frankly speaking, if you use it for econs, I don't mind. Maybe physics. Right.
I just use that time to finish out my homework.
Totally agree if you already understand the concept. Totally agree. If you don't understand the concept, it's harder. Right? Now, what does that have to do with what I said just now? Like you're supposed to study for the future, not just pass.
Oh, nothing. Just thinking.
Okay, no problem. As long as it doesn't sacrifice, doing this does not disturb your other good times. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
So in general, I mean, that's I can only discuss with you very small detail, but those are the changes I propose. Okay, why don't we do that? You do have chemistry tuition, which is not on Monday and Wednesday.
On Thursday.
On Thursday. So that kind of hopefully helps. You may have a GP tuition. I suppose that makes a lot of sense. Does that mean that we can forget about chemistry on our tuition?
Yeah, can.
Okay, we'll do that. So we just focus on this tool. Okay. The rest of the changes is just on the details inside the topic. I'll be sending you some. Let's just say that I want you to learn from the tools, not just from the paper. So I'll just be sending you more stuff. The chemistry tool, we can just forget about it, right? Okay. So any other question?
No, not for now.
So Yankin will be starting this Monday and Wednesday. You're saying that you do not start this Monday and Wednesday. Did I get it correct?
I plan to start when school starts.
Okay.
Which is 10 January.
Which is to say, I'll see you
next week.
Next Monday, is it? I'll see you next Monday night.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so I'll see you next Monday night and Wednesday night, and we'll try it out, and hopefully it works. The stand will have some technical problem. We'll just settle it.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
All right. See you then, Austin.
Okay, thank you, Kak. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.